In 2026, a series of broad economic reforms and benefit changes are coming into effect, aimed at adjusting for inflation and expanding existing welfare. Along with that, updates have been introduced ahead of the annual year-end tax settlement, often referred to as the 13th month's salary. For more on these changes, we turn to our economics correspondent, Park Junan, here in the studio. Welcome back, Junan.
Great to be back, Tommy.
So, Junan, starting in 2026, there are some universal changes, such as the pension rate, minimum wage, right? And also median income and more. What are some of the changes that are worth mentioning or sharing?
Right, Tommy. The Minister of Economy and Finance last week unloaded, which is called the annual booklet titled What is Changing from 2026, focusing on economic reforms. Well, with the collaboration of numerous agencies, the policy changes focus on easing family burdens, boosting opportunities for young adults, and enhancing the level of welfare. The minimum wage this year has risen to 10,320 Korean won per hour, a 2.9% increase from last year's 10,031. This change for a full-time worker who works 40 hours a week will add at least 60,000 per month to their wages, helping offset rising living costs amid inflation. Also, the median income benchmark used for welfare calculations has jumped 6.51% for a four-person household to roughly 6.49 million won a month. This is the steepest hike since the system's inception, meaning more families qualify for benefits like basic living allowances. For instance, a single-person household's maximum livelihood benefits increased from last year's 765,000 won to 821,000 won, providing stronger support for those who need assistance. On pensions, national pension premiums will rise from last year's 9% to current 9.5% of income. The pension contribution will gradually increase year by year by an annual 0.5 percentage points until hitting 13% by 2033. The government has said that this aims to sustain the national pension system's long-term outlook. However, higher contributions could cause a slight dip in workers' paychecks. Offsetting this, the income replacement rate is set to rise from 41.5% to 43% when recipients begin receiving their pension at retirement. The government has introduced the Everyone's Card, an integrated version of the K-Pass that offers unlimited refunds on travel costs exceeding a monthly fare cap. If you already have the K-Pass, you are good to go. To apply for the card, you can either digitally add it to your phone or add the service to your existing physical card. The Everyone's Card offers broader benefits than Seoul's Climate Card, which is limited to parts of the Seoul metropolitan area, and the K-Pass, which provides discounts but not full coverage. There are two types of pass, a general pass and a plus pass. The good thing is that Everyone's Card does not require you to manually register or choose between the general and plus types. Instead, the system automatically selects and combines both types each month based on your actual use to maximize your refund. If your rides generally cost less than 3,000 won per trip, such as regular city buses and subways, you will be categorized under the general type. You only get to pay an extra fee on fares higher than 3,000 won on top of the regular monthly fare. If you are a frequent user of higher fare types, trips of 3,000 won or more, such as GTX, Shinbundang Line, or certain inter-regional buses, the system will automatically calculate and split your use, likely putting you under the plus type. The fare for the pass will differ depending on how old you are, how many children you have, and where you live. Let's say you live in the Seoul metropolitan area and are aged between 40 and 65 with no children, your fare will be higher. However, if you are aged 19 to 39 years living outside the Seoul metropolitan area, the monthly fare will be cheaper.
I see. It seems like the expansion of these benefits and changes could be definitely helpful. Now, Junan, now that the year-end tax settlement is officially starting next week, what are some tips that you can give us so that we can get a greater tax refund this time?
Right, Tommy. So usually January is called 13th month of the income because as you could get quite a refund on taxes you paid while working in 2025. To get this, there are two ways to reduce your final tax liability, with eligible taxpayers on average receiving 700 to 800,000 won per adjustment. The first is an income deduction, which reduces your taxable income before the tax rate is applied. For example, if you earn 50 million won and qualify for a 5 million won deduction for housing savings, your taxable income drops to 45 million won, lowering your overall tax bill indirectly based on your tax bracket. A tax credit, on the other hand, subtracts directly from your calculated tax amount. Let's say your tax owed is 3 million won. A 500,000 won credit for marriage reduces it to 2.5 million won. One of the tips we could refer to is using the monthly rent tax credit, which allows non-home owning workers to claim a credit on rent paid for a small or mid-sized homes valued at less than 400 million won. Eligibility applies to households with an annual salary of up to 80 million won, with a higher deduction rate of 17% for those earning 55 million won or less, and 15% for those earning between 55 million and 80 million won.
Lots of changes and benefits to keep in mind in the new year. Chunan, thanks for coming in tonight.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.